This time, today after a long break, we need to speak on this because Snezhnaya situation is getting more and more confusing every single day. First, people thought Pantalone was coming immediately in 7, now new info says something completely different. Then we suddenly have a new female DPS character rumor, a mysterious new animo daddy, and on top of all that, 6.7 pull count got updated. Now it is actually looking insanely good. Like genuinely one of best patches for saving Primogems before Snezhnaya starts. So how are you my cuties? Welcome back. It's me your Arlecchino, and today we're breaking down all mess, and feels like one of those transition periods where Hoyoverse is setting up something huge. Before we start, Nicole and Duran banners are live right now. If you broke like me, and need Genesis crystals for but your wallet is already crying? Yeah, same, so check out U7 Buy. It's a fast, safe, and affordable place to top up for Genshin, and pretty much every game you play. And if you're wondering if it's legit, just check their Trustpilot reviews, they're rated really well. Now here's interesting part. If you open Genshin top-up page, prices might look similar to in-game at first, but once you hit Buy Now, actual discounted price shows up at checkout. So yeah, you end up saving way more than expected. And process is super simple. Just choose your server, enter your UID, complete the payment, and boom, Genesis crystals land in your account almost instantly. No waiting around. And if you want extra savings, use code IMPACT at checkout for an additional 8% off. Perfect for last-minute pulls. Check link in description and visit U7 Buy. Starting with biggest thing first, Pantalone. Because community is completely losing its mind right now. For last few weeks, everybody has been assuming that Pantalone would immediately become playable in 7 when Snezhnaya launches. And honestly, I also thought there was a decent chance, because multiple reliable sources like Masusha, Leakflow, and Team Meow already confirmed that Pantalone is indeed becoming playable. So yes, playable Pantalone is real. But the important detail here is when. And this is where things changed. There's a community theory going around that every Harbinger's number aligns with specific release timing patterns. And according to that logic, Pantalone actually fits much better into later Snezhnaya patches instead of immediate launch version. Which means realistically, version 7, Phase 1 is most likely not Pantalone. Instead, current info heavily points toward Vodyanitsa being major launch character for Snezhnaya. Then Pantalone could arrive in 7 second half, or even 7.1. And honestly, that makes sense. Because Hoyoverse loves spacing out hype characters. They're not going to throw every massive name into first banner immediately. They want people to keep spending throughout region. So for now, if you're saving specifically for Pantalone, don't panic and waste your pulls early. There's a very high chance you still have more time. Now let's talk about this mysterious female character in 7, because this is where things get interesting. Current leaks suggest another 5-star DPS female character is arriving in 7 alongside launch banners. But we still don't know exactly who she is. And community is split into 2 major theories. First possibility is Barbaloth. Yeah, Mona's master herself. And honestly, if it's really Barbaloth, lore implications are insane. We already know she's connected to Hexenzirkel, and now according to newer info, we might actually meet her in Fontaine first, before Snezhnaya starts. Apparently, she could appear as part of a new enhancement system for old characters, and she may even have her own icon on map, similar to special NPC systems. Now, very important thing here. She is labeled as Avatar, Lady in Files, but that does not automatically mean playable. A lot of people are misunderstanding this. NPCs can also have similar labels, so don't instantly assume Barbaloth banner confirmed. Now, second theory, and honestly one that currently makes more sense, is Vodyanitsa. And this is where things become really interesting lore-wise. According to newer leaks, Vodyanitsa is actually adopted daughter of Rosaline. Yes, La Signora herself. And after Rosaline's death, Vodyanitsa supposedly inherited role and responsibilities connected to La Signora. That alone already makes her one of most important possible characters for Snezhnaya launch. And if Hoyoverse wants emotional storytelling mixed with Fatui politics, introducing her in 7 would be perfect move, which is why right now, her chances are probably highest for being that mystery female DPS. Now let's move to 6.7 pull count, because cuties, this patch is actually huge for saving. And this is extremely important, because if you're planning for Snezhnaya, every pull matters now. Starting with permanent content, daily commissions alone are giving around 2,520 primogems, which is about 15 pulls already over patch duration. Then we have Paimon Shop giving 10 pulls directly. Imaginarium Theater gives around 2,000 primogems, which is Ano R 12 pulls. Stygian Onslaught gives around 2 pulls. Spiral Abyss gives Ano R 5 pulls. So just from permanent content alone, F2P players are already sitting at around 44 pulls, plus 10 standard pulls and extra currency items. And honestly, that's already a really strong baseline before events even begin. Now moving to patch-specific content. Exploration is carrying hard this patch because the new map gives around 2,020 primogems, which is another 12 pulls. Offering system gives around 500 primos plus 4 fates. Achievements, quests, livestream, update compensation, and other minor rewards together add a decent amount too. Then events give another 10 pulls total. So after combining everything, F2P players can reach around 84 limited pulls, total in 6.7. That is actually huge for a normal patch. And remember, this is before Welkin. Now Welkin users. Welkin alone adds around 3,780 primogems, which is roughly another 23 pulls. So Welkin players can reach around 107 limited pulls total. That's already enough to realistically secure a character if your pity is decent. And then Welkin plus Battle Pass players. Battle Pass adds more primos, extra intertwined fates, and extra standard pulls. So total becomes around 116 limited pulls plus 14 standard pulls. That is actually insane. Like genuinely one of better saving patches before a major region launch, which honestly makes me think Hoyoverse intentionally wants players to recover before Snezhnaya destroys everyone's wallets. By the way, don't forget about 15 Welkin giveaway at 55k subscribers. All of hit subscribe button. And now finally, new male anemo character. Current leaks only mention that he is a 5-star male anemo unit coming in 7. We don't know body type yet officially, but honestly, everybody is already hoping for a tall male daddy character. And after so many medium male anemo users, I completely understand why community is desperate for that. And let's be real, Snezhnaya needs more intimidating male characters anyway. Now, final thoughts. At this point, biggest trap is pulling emotionally before knowing full 7 lineup, because right now we potentially have Vodyanitsa, a mystery female DPS, possibly Barbelith, a new anemo male, and later, Pantalone. That is already terrifying. So, if you're asking me personally, I would say 6.7 might actually be perfect saving patch, unless your favorite character appears. Because once Snezhnaya starts, your primogems are finished. So tell me in the comments, my cuties, who are you saving for right now? Pantalone, Vodyanitsa, Barbeloth, or the mysterious anemo daddy? Honestly, my wallet is already dead, just thinking about it. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to sub, like, comment. Peace out. And yeah, if you're pulling on, don't forget to check out U7 Buy for cheaper Genesis crystals, fast delivery, safe top-ups, and extra 8% off with code IMPACT. Link is in description.